Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Kenzie Lens, and in this video I am going to talk to you about being a homeowner and what I have learned and what I wish I would have known almost 14-15 years ago when I purchased my first home. All right guys, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Yes guys, as you can see, I am sitting in front of my home. It is a beautiful day, so I decided to go ahead and record this video outside. If you are new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. If you are returning, thank you guys for coming back and seeing what I have to talk about. So yes guys, this video is going to be talking about being a homeowner. I kind of get aggravated when I see videos saying, oh, it's you've been a renter all these years, you could just take that $1,000 and be a homeowner. There is so much more into being a homeowner that I wish I knew almost 14 years ago, and it's like it's so aggravating. I'm really just finding these things out years later, but it's like, you know what, you can't change the past. So I just want to educate those, or just talk about my experiences, of being a homeowner. And being a homeowner is a learning process. You are going to continually learn. You're not going to know everything, in the very beginning. Just a little short backstory. My sister and I, we owned this home. We purchased it in, I believe, 2008. I was a year out of nursing school. I was working. We were in a 2-bedroom apartment that we had outgrown, and she was like, hey, why don't we buy a home? And I'm like, okay, cool. Neither one of us had any clue about being a homeowner, what the process was and what it all entailed. Now, when we purchased our home, we looked at so many homes, and I would say that the first process of being a homeowner is to do your research. It's so much easier now to do your research versus 14-15 years ago, where we're in a world where everything is on the internet. You can research literally anything that you want to. And when I say by research the area that you are looking at. Look at, if you have children, look at the school system, look at the crime rate. What does the neighborhood look like? Because when you are purchasing a home, it is just not your home. You have to look at the overall neighborhood. What is the crime rate? What do the other homes in the area look like? Are there foreclosures? Are those homes falling apart? All of that actually impacts your home. So the biggest thing that I will say is to absolutely do your research on the area that you are considering purchasing a home in. The next piece of advice I would give to any future homeowner would be to understand the payment process. That is something that I learned actually a couple years into being a homeowner. And it's because it's 100% my fault, because I did not do the research. Again, everything goes back to research. I did not do the research, and I did not understand my monthly statement. Now, okay, say your rent is $1,000. That $1,000 goes straight to the landlord. Okay, you're good for that entire month, right? But when you are a homeowner, baby, that $1,000 is not going to your principal. Okay, that $1,000 is broken up basically into thirds, sometimes even fourths. One of the things that you have to take into consideration is what is your interest rate that you are locked in at. How much is going to your principal? And that is the biggest thing, your principal. How much of the mortgage that you are paying each month is actually going to the principal? And then you also have to take into consideration, what are your taxes? For me, we have all of that wrapped into the mortgage. So just say, for instance, your mortgage is $1,000. By the time they divide that $1,000 up between your taxes, your interest, your principal, possibly only $300, maybe $400, and I may be pushing it with that $400, is actually going towards your principal. I did not realize that in the very beginning. I'm like, oh, okay, here is the mortgage, this is what I'm sending, not realizing that the majority of the money is going to your interest, is going, you know, towards your taxes, and very little amount is actually going towards your principal, because your principal is actually the amount of your loan. You know, the interest is what gets you. Okay, so if I would have known years ago, I would have, and this is another key advice, if you can, when you are paying on your mortgage, pay more each month. You know, if you have that money to spare, and put it only towards the principal, because that is how your mortgage is going to go down, by actually just applying the money to the principal, so that loan amount can be decreased even faster. Okay, it seems like everything goes back to research. Another thing is, make sure that you look at the taxes in your area. You guys know I am in Illinois. I am in Cook County, and taxes here, you know, can range from about 6 to probably about 15,000. And I know some people who were looking at homes in like a couple of cities away from me, but you know, very nice homes, but when they looked at the taxes were $10,000 to $15,000. That is a lot of money to be paying in taxes alone. And especially if you're paying that amount in taxes, baby, I need the whole neighborhood, the whole city to look like Taj Mahal. We better have all the shopping centers, all the restaurants. It better not be a lick of crime. Police better be patrolling. Soon as I call 911, somebody need to be at my doorstep within 30 seconds. I mean, it's just crazy the amount of money that you'll be paying in taxes. It's crazy. And then either you can do it two ways, paying your taxes just in general. You can either have it in your mortgage, which that is something that I do, or you can opt to not have it in your mortgage and you just pay. You do 2 installments and you just pay. But you have to think about it. So say your taxes are on the low end. So say your taxes are we're just gonna say $6,000. Okay, you get 2 installments. So one installment is $3,000 and the second installment is $3,000. So you have to make sure that if you do not have that included in your mortgage, that you are saving that money up, because when that statement comes in the mail, I believe you only get, it may be 40, it's either 45 or 60 days to pay your taxes. But it's like as soon as I get that Cook County tax bill, I send that right to the mortgage company, because that money has already been taken out when I pay my mortgage, and then they just pay it, and then I know that my taxes are being paid in full. A lot of people I have seen, they get caught up in not putting their taxes in their mortgage, and then their home goes into foreclosure because they have fallen behind on their taxes. And it's like, yo, you do not want to, you know, go through the whole process of being a homeowner, paying your mortgage, keeping up the home, and then for you to possibly lose your home over a couple $1,000s because you're not thinking, hey, I have to pay these, you know, taxes, and not being wise, you know, and taking that money and saving that money to pay your installment on taxes. So that is another thing. Make sure that you are looking at the taxes in the area that you are possibly looking to purchase a home in. And my final piece of advice for anyone who is looking to purchase a home: just know you are the homeowner. There is no more landlord. You know, when something goes out, oh, I need to call the landlord. Oh, something wrong with the stove, I gotta call the landlord. Baby, you are the landlord, okay? So when something in that home goes wrong, it is all on you. So let me give you a quick example. This past summer, I was doing laundry, right? You know, it's a regular, day. And I heard like a little loud noise. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I don't think it's just the washing machine, right? I go downstairs. I have black sludge on my floor. And I'm like, this is my face. Like, what the? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Long story short, my sub pump decided to go out, and the guy was like, you know, your sub pump is old. I'm like, I know this. And I'm like, I wasn't prepared for this. And I'm like, you know what, let me just go ahead and get it fixed, because I don't have time to be cleaning up black sludge. I'm on my, you know, hands and knees trying to scrub this stuff up. I had to pay. That one was $2,500. I wasn't paying, you know, I didn't plan on having to get a sub pump that day. And then I was so paranoid. I have two. I have a rain one. Then I'm like, okay, what if this one decides to go out? Now this one, if this one goes out, I'm really gonna be up creek, because this is what, you know, removes the water away from the home. And then what if it rains and it's gonna flood? So I decided to get that one up. That's like $4 or $5 grand that I had no intentions on spending, but I have to, because I am a homeowner. So if anything goes out in this home, in this house, it is my responsibility. Another example, my furnace. She work when she wants to. She got an attitude. So I already know in my mind that before next winter come, I'm gonna have to get another furnace. But I know that's gonna run me 5-6 G's. So it's not, again, it goes back to, hey, it's not, you know, it's somebody else's responsibility. Everything in that home, it is your responsibility to, you know, basically keep up with the maintenance and everything in your home. So if you're not willing to take on the big responsibility of being a homeowner, you may want to rethink it, because I don't like when I see people say, you know, it's just so much easier to be a homeowner. It's not. It's an investment. It's stressful. Everything falls on you. Like I said, you don't have anyone else that you can call if something goes out in that home. It is strictly on you. So you have to be mindful of those things. And, you know, another thing that you can do is have you a house fund, where, because you know it's something gonna go out. Period. Whether it's a washing machine, a stove, a refrigerator, dishwasher, something is going to go out in that home. So you might as well go ahead and be prepared. So another thing you could do is go ahead and start you a house fund, put away money into that fund, so when something does go out, you know, you're not scrambling trying to, you know, put money to, you know, get money from here, or you're not having to put stuff on credit cards. You know, you already know, hey, let me go ahead and take this money out of the house fund, because I have already mentally, you know, prepared, and I have already prepared for, you know, when something, you know, possibly can go out in the home. Okay guys, that is the video for today. Just giving you guys just some quick tips. There are so many more, you know, tips about being a homeowner, but I think those are like the basic ones. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said before, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the positive feedback. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I have like my coworkers coming up to me and be like, oh, I've been watching your videos. You have inspired me. I have started saving. I have been doing this. And it's like, yo, I got my little old channel. When people are, it feels good when people be like, you know, if they say a simple thank you for sharing the information, and, you know, basically just opening up and just having a conversation. Hi, it's Wendy. So it just feels really, really good when you have people, just a simple thank you. A simple thank you goes a long way. So I'm going to continue to go ahead and post my videos. And like I said, it is a beautiful Saturday. So if you have not gotten outside, go outside, get you some fresh air. The sun is beaming, okay? Get you some fresh air and get you some sun. And it is Miss Kenzie Lens, and I am signing off. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, you guys.